everyone, welcome to the next session on Answers Workbench tutorials. In this session, we will analyze the water bottle for a thermal analysis. We will be analyzing the bottle, say it is made of PET or stainless steel, and it contains some hot fluid. So we will see what is the effect on the material, or how do we go about with the thermal analysis. So we will start by double clicking on steady state thermal. We will first go to engineering data and double click. Here we will create the material PET. We have to give the value of isotropic thermal conductivity, the unit in watt per meter Kelvin. The value is 0.3. I'll go to engineering data sources, general materials. I will use one more material, which is stainless steel, which is a common material for water bottles these days. So we will do a comparative analysis by using both the materials. I will go to project and update project. Next, I'll go to geometry and directly import the geometry. Next, I'll go to model and double click. We'll first go to geometry. Here there are two parts. We will suppress the cap. We will only go with the body. Then I'll go to mesh and generate. Then we'll go to steady state thermal. Here I'll first insert temperature on the inner surface. So once it is selected, we'll click on apply. Again, I'll right click and insert convection on this outer surface. I've selected the entire surface. Now I'll select the film coefficient. I'll give say 5 watt per meter square degree Celsius, and the ambient temperature I'm giving as 25 degrees Celsius. Here this temperature inside I'm going to give as 90 degrees Celsius, and the convection which contains the ambient temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Then I'll go to solution and right click and insert thermal temperature. I will also insert total heat flux. Then I'll go to solution and solve. We'll first see the result of temperature. You can see here the maximum value is 90 and minimum is 89.991. On this body at various zones you can see the temperature. You can animate and see this result. You can go to edges and select no wireframe such that you are only able to see the bottle. You can go to contours and select smooth contours such that the colors blend into each other. Next, we will see the result of total heat flux. You can animate and check this result as well. You can see the pattern of its color change. So once you see this, you can note down the highest value of total heat flux is 510.24 watt per meter square and minimum is 1.4427. If you want to see where it is max and min, just click on max and min. So you will be able to see where it is maximum and where it is minimum. So when you click here, you can see this is the maximum spot and this is the minimum spot for total heat flux. Similarly, when you click on temperature, you can see where it is maximum and where it is minimum. Now, because I have given the convection coefficient or the film coefficient as 5 watt per meter square, say if I change this to 15 and if I run the solution once again, I will get different values. over here. Now, the material which I used here was by default structural steel. So now let's go to the material that we require, which is PET, and we'll solve once again. Let's see the temperature variation. You can see this was 90 and this is 85.052. Total heat flux value is given. Maximum value is 1460 watt per meter square. Minimum is 4.1322. This is when the material is PET. Then we can check for stainless steel also. You can just change the material, go to solution and solve once again. So when you go to temperature, again you'll get here 90 and this is 89.894. Total heat flux values here. Now whatever values I was getting with structural steel, you will see that I am getting similar values for stainless steel as well, because both are steel and their value of thermal conductivity is nearly the same. But when you go for PET, the value of K was different. It was 0.3 watt per meters Kelvin, because of which the temperature variation was seen over there. Here you're getting very less variation of temperature. If you want to get different values of temperature, you can change this film coefficient, and you can also change this value of temperature if the value of the fluid which is contained in the water bottle is having a different temperature. I have taken 90 degrees Celsius. This is approximately the value of temperature of, say, the coffee or the water which comes out from the coffee machine. So I have taken that value and I'm solving, and I have taken ambient temperature as 25 degrees Celsius based on the conditions. You can change this value also and you can take readings accordingly. It depends on what temperature or boundary conditions, I would say, your object is subjected to. So say if you are holding hot water or warm water which you take out from the coffee machine and you are putting into this PET bottle or stainless steel bottle, what kind of temperature difference you can expect is what we are studying in this analysis. And I have given you comparative analysis of PET and stainless steel. You can use any other material. For example, if it is a copper bottle, which is again a very commonly used bottle these days, so you can change the material to copper and you can see what is the variation of temperature and what will be the heat flux. Now I have taken total heat flux. You can also calculate the directional heat flux based on the y direction or the x direction. So for that you just have to go to solution, insert thermal directional heat flux. Say if I want to see along the x axis. Also if I want to see the directional heat flux along the y-axis, then just choose y over here, go to solution and solve. So you can see this is the directional heat flux. The value has changed. This is along the x-axis. And when you go along the y-axis, also you will get a different value. So the values are different along different direction, and hence the cumulative value is what you get over here in total heat flux. You can calculate along the direction also if at all you read that value. If you don't want to see this max min option, just go to max and min once again. They will disappear. If you want to see the mesh again, you can go to edges and select show elements. In case you don't want smooth contour, just click on banded contour. So you will be able to see these color bands over here, as you can see. So that's how you analyze. And if you want to animate, that's a very simple option. You just have to click on this option and you can get the animation. In case you want to save it, there is an option over here of export video file. If you click on this, you will be able to save the file as a .avi file. So with this, I end the session. I hope you have understood how to analyze a water bottle which contains hot fluid into it. What will be the effect of temperature over that body? If you have any doubt, please write to me in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon for latest video updates. See you in the next session. Thank you.